Trap.
Takes and talkers all month long on the official radio home of the Minnesota Vikings Trap. FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
Ah, yes. The Power Chip Morning Show. A little kiss.
Hey, Hawk, what happened that one time you and Rosie went and saw Kiss?
It's so weird.
Hey.
No,
You're not supposed to tell those stories.
I know, and I don't.
Zip. Didn't Lawyer Lambert show up?
Lawyer Lambert actually was Gene Simmons' fluffer.
Oh, my God.
For an entire tour. Which I didn't even know what a fluffer was until that tour. And I watched him at work and I said...
pillows at night.
Yeah.
Sounds like a whoopee cushion.
Didn't Rosie get pink eye during that tour?
Okay, you know what? I've never had pink eye.
No.
Yeah, sure.
It was technically, the medical term is brown eye.
Oh.
He got a lot of brown eye on that tour.
You need help.
I really do.
Oh, hey, Zachy.
Hey, brown-eyed girl back there.
Yeah.
What up, baby?
Brown-eyed Rosie.
Ooh.
Hey, Zach, I don't know if you were listening to a different morning show or something, but can you find that 360-degree camera of that tornado in Iowa?
Oh, I got to look at that video.
And post it
Oh,
on
you'll
Twitter.
laugh too hard.
Dude, it's unbelievable to watch a tornado basically just indiscriminately destroy some things and completely miss other things. Pretty crazy, man.
Did you see the one video where the guy was on his porch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
And
watching
he was
it
like
go by.
filming it, just coming towards him, and then all of a sudden he just got caught up. And I'm like, what do you do?
Like there was a little thunderstorm coming through.
What kind of imbecile are you?
A big one, because that's the problem. It's like, hey, get video of all these tornadoes going through, but please
But be careful.
be safe.
Like, it's fine to take the video, but once it starts getting closer, open
the
your
hell?
damn door and get inside.
Right. No. Just want him to go Dorothy on the bit and just. I'm sorry.
Dorothy from what?
Oh.
Dorothy?
From Golden Girls.
Oh,
It's like the salad dressing.
Yeah, one episode of the Golden Girls.
Golden Girls,
Yes.
sure.
It's also
Dorothy's
Dorothy's
the
the
best
best
Sophia.
one from What About Bob, where he walks into the doctor's office for the first time and he tries to guess the guy's family's names. It's genius. Dorothy. I guess you had to see it.
Yeah, I
No,
guess
it
you
is
have to.
very, very funny.
It's funny.
It's
I'm
very
sorry,
funny.
Ben. Sorry I don't amuse you anymore.
Really?
Lame attempt
Yeah, I
at
know.
humor.
I
Swing and a
know.
miss.
Everything I do is dumb, according to you.
Really, dude? What?
I don't know.
Check this out, and I'm sure this is going to be a part of your headlines, Corey, but maybe I'll save it. Do you have in your headlines the story about the guy who people with the Find My iPhone function keep coming to his house?
I did not star that one, but
Dude,
you can go to it.
So think about this, guys, and it looks like this is a true story because I've read it in different places now. For some reason, the Find My iPhone app, I think it's in Georgia, keeps saying that people's phones are at this guy's house, and they're pissed. They think he's stolen their phone, and it's a glitch in the system. He does not have their phones.
Had to wake up and go answer the door and explain to them that I don't have their device. And people don't tend to believe you.
Well, the cops are on their way over here, so you may want to come talk to me before they come here.
There's plenty of irrational people in the world that if they're angry, if they're drunk, if they, have had a rough night and they lost their phone and thought it was stolen, that's my biggest concern. Someone coming to the house, potentially with a weapon.
Yeah. Let's fix that.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Crazy.
I don't know if I would believe the guy either.
No, there's no way you would.
Yeah,
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Didn't you have a bit, Hawk, where somebody in your neighborhood said that their basketball hoop was for sale or something?
Yeah, so this guy bought a car from one of my neighbors and then decided he didn't like it and brought it back. And they were like, well, we already signed the title over. You can't just bring the car back. So the guy got mad and went on Craigslist and posted all kinds of stuff like, our basketball hoop is for free. Just pick it up. And you couldn't believe the traffic in my neighborhood, people coming to do it. And he did that like with 3 different things. And they called the cops. And the cops were like, okay, we're gonna do our best to fix this, but it's hard to stop people from coming to your house. For 3 days, we had people coming by trying to steal their basketball hoop, thinking it was free, and they'd be loading it into their car. And I'd have to walk out and go, guys, this is not for free. This was a.
Then you said I'm for free.
Yeah, it was pretty funny to be honest with you, but I hated it.
It's a great prank.
It is a great prank.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
Great
terrible.
prank.
Unless it's happening to you, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
But anyway, yeah. Is it National Burrito Day?
Is that?
Oh, I think I heard about that. It's coming
Thank
up
God
soon.
we didn't know that when Tommy was here. He might have cried.
Well, isn't this the reason 3 years ago that we went to Sweeto?
That
Was it-
sounds
it
right.
might
yeah.
have been.
Wow, it
Yeah.
sounds right because it was
yeah,
this
you
time
guys
of year.
drove all
Yeah.
the way to Rapid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we weren't going that far. I didn't.
For
That's
some
why I
reason you
agreed.
thought we were going to Fargo.
I did.
Yeah.
And then
No.
I'm like, yes. And I'm like, wait, where are we
How
going?
far are we going?
All the way across the state?
We sure as hell did.
Yeah.
But we'd been locked in our houses for a very
Yeah.
long time at that point.
Yeah.
Man.
Right.
And then Zach spent
after
about a
COVID.
half hour at
Yeah.
a rest stop.
Yeah, and he came out covered in sweat.
Oh.
And something else, too.
Got to make a buck.
Yep.
I paid for our gas, didn't I?
Yeah, you sure did. You sure did. Thank you for that, by the way. Really took one for the team, literally.
Got to pay for those burritos.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Thanks, Builders and Remodelers.
Builders and Remodelers rocks.
The Frozen Four tonight in Florida. The Gophers are the favorites to win the national title on DraftKings. They're plus 150. Michigan plus 250. Quinnipiac and Boston both plus 390. But the Gophers are minus 190 in their game against Boston. That's at 4 o'clock. Then Quinnipiac and Michigan after, with Michigan a minus 160 favorite.
It's been a long wait.
20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Are they going to do it, Rosie? Are the Gophers going to do it?
They have the talent. I mean, again, the people have been following this team all year, so this is one of the most talented teams they've had. A lot of draft picks. Brock Faber, the defenseman, going to the Minnesota Wild probably right after this tournament. They're signing with them, and a bunch of other great freshmen, and goaltending's been solid. You never know. It's one and done. So but they should win today. I mean, it goes back to the old rivalry, going back to the Herb Brooks days when they played Boston, and Boston and Minnesota just hated each other. And I don't use that term lightly, but when it comes to hockey, it was a pretty spirited game anytime they played. I don't think that mindset has changed all that much. So it's a great rivalry. They don't play each other all that often, and now you got them locked up in the semifinals of the Frozen Four in beautiful downtown Tampa. There you go. I'm sure a lot of Gopher fans probably made the trek there, and
why not?
And the snowbirds who live in that area, I assume there'll be a lot of both. Boston's very obviously a lot of Boston fans in the Fort Myers area, and they may have decided to go to Tampa as well. So probably be a pretty spirited group of fans tonight as well.
For sure.
Staying
Clearwater.
Rose.
Sauce, what's the Masters leaderboard look like so far after about an hour?
It's not raining, by the way. I'm watching it right now. It
No,
looks nice.
and it's not supposed to rain until later tonight and then later tomorrow afternoon. But Matthew McLean, the amateur, is still the leader at -1 through 3 holes.
Any names teed off yet?
No, they tee off in about 10 minutes.
Here's the chairman.
Yeah, I'm watching
Fred
the
Ridley talking on the TV.
The National Golf Club.
It
It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 87th playing of the Masters Tournament. Thank you all for being with us.
That guy's hair is perfect.
Of course it is. Has to be.
Rose, great spot, right? You've been how many times?
Yeah, once I got a chance to go there.
Today, I have the honor of introducing 3 legendary champions.
What?
They have won a combined 11 green jackets
Green jacket,
and made an
gold jacket.
incredible 140 appearances through 6 decades in the Masters Tournament.
Great player. Looks like he
This
can still
morning,
play.
we add
He
another
does.
milestone to their history at
Is he
Augusta
much younger
National.
than the other guys? 'Cause
That female caddy,
First on
that's
the tee, it is my great pleasure to welcome back
that's
golf's
cruel punishment to have her carry
preeminent
bags.
global ambassador.
He's only going down the first
The
fairway.
Masters Tournament's first international champion with 3 green jackets. From South Africa, please welcome Mr. Gary Player.
He's 80-something.
Is he really
He's a
Michigan
physical
State?
fitness machine.
Really?
For he's always prided himself. He mocks Americans for not being in good shape.
Hey, yesterday during the par 3, they said he does like 200 sit-ups a day and he works out for an hour.
Good for him.
And he's, what is he, 80-something?
87.
87.
He's about to hit the ball.
You
man.
met him, Rose?
Oh, he missed.
I met him here. He missed.
Oh, he's doing push-ups.
He's going to claim that was a practice swing, but that just was a whiff.
Baba Booey.
Look at that. Yeah,
Hey,
a little high
just did
kick.
a little kick there. A little Karate Kid. Man.
Watch Nicholas's swing. It's exactly
Where'd the ball
same.
go?
Yeah.
They don't have to go after it.
It killed a
60
pelican.
years after his first green jacket, we proudly welcome back
Dear God.
our 6-time Masters champion and one of golf's great icons, whose historic record at the Masters has provided some of the tournament's
Yeah, I
most
interviewed Jack when he
unforgettable
opened up Bear
moments.
Path here. Yeah,
No
he
Ladies
did.
and
kidding.
gentlemen,
Yeah.
Mr. Jack Nicklaus.
Of course.
There he is.
How long are you going to
How old do you think
talk?
he is?
Truth be told, I loved Arnie a lot more.
Oh,
How
Rose.
dare you say
Oh,
that?
wow. Controversy.
Arnie was just Mr.
Honestly, what if Jack just rips one right into the crowd and kills somebody?
He's 83.
I've done that.
83. What if he just rips one when he's bending over to put his ball
No,
together?
now the point is just trying to get up and put the ball on the ground.
I wonder if it's hard to swing with a diaper on.
That's what he said. He said that's the hardest part of the round. That's what he said.
I think,
Oh, no. Oh, poor
He's
guy.
hurt. Wow.
Hopefully goodbye ball.
There he goes. Hopefully goodbye ball, he says.
That head tilt.
Oh, he smacked it.
I'll take that right now.
Leave your tee. Somebody else will get it.
No, this don't worry about it.
Woodhawk.
That's his wife.
If you'd let me, if you gave me permission, I sure would.
Well done, Jack. Now on the tee, we welcome back two-time Masters champion and 8-time major champion, known around the world not only for his outstanding play,
I'm watching.
but for his remarkable longevity and legacy in the game.
Remember he almost won the Open.
Please welcome
British
Mr.
Open
Tom Watson.
There goes
a
Tommy.
couple years ago.
TW.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody in the world was rooting for him.
He's not as old as the other guys, right?
No.
Because he's in pretty good shape.
That's not the normal hand I tee it up with.
What does that mean?
You don't ride
golf
go-karts at
He's
my
73.
age.
God, he looks good for 73.
Yeah, you do.
He's my dad's age.
He's Roser's a little bit older than Roser.
A little bit.
Here he goes. Good hit, dudes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good hitting,
Amazing.
guys.
Good hitting.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny in those situations. He could have walked up to the tee and said anything,
Yeah.
and half the crowd
Everybody would
would
have
have
laughed.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
exactly.
yeah. That's you earned that respect, right?
That's quite the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hazy day in Georgia, though, man.
Yeah.
Living
Still
in
beautiful, though.
It is, man. Living in
Still
Virginia.
Have you been there,
for-
Ben?
No.
They still have not changed the prices of the concessions in 50 years.
Yeah, you can buy
It's like $1 an
everything
hour.
for under $60.
Oh, are you serious?
Yep, all of it,
I mean, but
including
even the hot
beers.
dogs, whatever.
Beers are like $3.
60? Is it $6?
All of it, you can buy all of it because there's
Oh, yeah,
like
right,
Combine
right.
one of everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's under $60. You go to a movie and that you buy two things for $60. All right.
There you go.
Dude, you had to make a statement, and you did. So thank you.
That's
Will
right.
you stand by that?
Maybe.
So all right. Some amateurs leading the Masters. Of course, Tom Hoagie, our
My
guy,
favorite.
former Power Trip guest. Tom
Yeah.
Hoagie won the par 3 contest yesterday. There were 5 hole-in-ones,
Yeah, man. Bell Bank champion Tom Hoagie, by the way.
pretty
That's
fun.
awesome.
including back-to-back hole-in-ones for Seamus Power, which is pretty cool. Back-to-back.
It is. It's
That's
a fun
insane.
little course that they set up for the annual par 3 hole-in-one contest.
They said yesterday when I was watching it that that's a tougher ticket for the par 3 contest than a Taylor Swift ticket.
No.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Do the all
Because
the
you get to
pros
see
play in that?
all, not all of
No.
them. Tiger
Not-
didn't, but like
Yeah.
you get to see all these guys like super up close and in like a relaxed atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough ticket.
That honestly looked like hell. I watched about 20 minutes of it. There were about 12 guys taking it seriously. Everybody else,
Just
their
goofing
kids
around.
are putting, their wives are putting, they're
Rosie.
pulling strangers out of the crowd going, you putt.
Oh.
I think that would be fun for 20 minutes. And then I would just say, all right, it's cool to see Augusta, but this event is a joke. Nobody's taking it seriously, which is
No, they
fine.
don't
If
take it
it's-
Yeah, but
seriously.
I think
That's
the
their
whole
right
point is
to
that
do
you're
it.
just
Let's have fun.
you're up close to them, right?
Which is fine, but
Right.
I guess my point is, can you imagine what the price tag probably is for a par 3 ticket?
Oh,
What a ripoff.
by the way, Matthew McLean,
Yeah.
2 under.
Oh, good for him.
So the amateurs tee off before this actual
He'll miss the
ceremonial
cut.
deal?
Yeah,
Is
he
that,
will, of course.
that's what happens?
no, they tee off after. But
Was this a?
So that was not live?
no, that was not live. That's
Oh,
like 6:40.
okay.
No, that
didn't
was
think
like
so.
6:40 this morning. Yeah,
Oh,
7:40 their
Weird.
time.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I guess
Big trouble,
that wasn't breaking
pal. I
news
eat
then.
pieces of shit like you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
That's not very well beeped.
No.
Yeah, no.
When we come back from this break, before we get into headlines there, Cor, can I give you guys updates on the 2 big news stories yesterday? The Southdale Mall and the suspect in Blaine who was at a hostage situation?
Sure, we'll do that first, then we'll get to headlines, which is a little bit lighter than that. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
FM 100.3 KFAN The Fan and BigDeck.com want to help you win $1,000.
Cash out, cash in, cash out, cash out.
Listen weekdays for your chance to put $1,000 in your hand. Right here on The Fan.
Some people spend their tax refund on a quick vacation, and others are smart and spend it on a brand new Big Deck from my guys at BigDeck.com. It's Little B here reminding you to have your summer made when you contact BigDeck.com. That's BigDeck.com. Get your deck on.
Staples Print and Marketing Services help small business print big. Now get $15 off signs, banners, and posters when you spend $75 or more. Offer ends 4/15. Visit staples.com/printbig for details. This is your sign to try Staples, where prints are perfect, guaranteed.
Let me count the ways you don't have to live with poor vision at Ovo LASIK and Lens. Because Ovo is so much more than LASIK. It's a true vision correction center. You, of course, can get LASIK at Ovo. I got LASIK over a decade ago. It changed my life. So if you're tired of glasses, contacts, and not being able to see far away, then get LASIK at Ovo. Or you could get Evo ICL. If your vision is so bad and you've been told you can't have LASIK, you could get Evo at Ovo. Implantable contact lenses. You could do a refractive lens exchange at Ovo. When you and your eyes get into your 50s and you don't want to wear readers and you want to prevent cataracts, you could get refractive lens exchange at Ovo. You can have IOL cataract surgery at Ovo. If you or your parents need to have the lens inside your eye replaced, get IOL at Ovo. Look, there's so many options. This is why Ovo LASIK and Lens is the choice for true vision correction. So it's not just LASIK, it's all your vision correction needs at Ovo LASIK and Lens. Visit Ovo LASIK and Lens online and learn more about their best LASIK price guarantee and all their vision correction options. It's OvoEye.com, 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 Ovo LASIK and Lens.
1877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
With car prices at an all-time high, our donors are now getting highest receipts ever. Donate at carsforkids.org and your car can be picked up tomorrow.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Are you ready to pop the question? Arthur's Jewelers is here to help you. Our big tax-free engagement ring event is back, and it's bigger than ever before. From March 28th to April 8th, we're offering tax-free purchases and 0% APR up to 2 years. You can afford a much bigger diamond at Arthur's.
There's nobody better in the business with moves in the local vicinity or moves for seniors than AAA Movers. AAAmovers.com to learn more. And by the way, contact AAA Movers and ask for that KFAN special. And this month, you will receive $50 off junk removal with junk luggers. Using AAA Movers, AAAmovers.com. You may not move every day, but they do.
Meat Sauce here at Holiday Station Stores. Everyone can start their day differently. Whether you start with a coffee and a donut, or you're a madman who goes for energy drinks and hard-boiled eggs. I go for coffee and gummy bears. Sue me. Start your morning with a holiday.
Hi, Mark Rosen here for Tressler Law. In an ideal world, divorce wouldn't happen at all. In the real world, it happens every day. It's important to remember your divorce is a legally binding contract that affects everything you own, everything you owe, and your rights to raise your own children. You need an attorney that understands the law and how it impacts your family. Family law is all they do at Tressler Law. To learn more about Tressler Law or to schedule your free 1-hour divorce consultation, visit TresslerLaw.com.
At Shane Company, we have fine jewelry for every personality. With the largest selection of unique styles, it'll be easy to find something perfect for you.
Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com.
Meat Sauce here. I've tried every way to lose weight, and I found the best one and the one that's actually going to help me keep the weight off. That's Continuum Weight and Well-Being at SauceLoss.com. My coach Kelly is incredible. She is one of the certified nutritionists at Continuum Weight and Well-Being. You can find it at sauceloss.com.
After the Power Trip, stick around for 9 to noon, previewing the Frozen 4 with former Gophers national champions Johnny Pohl, Grant Patolny. Twins home opener is tomorrow, but outfielder Trevor Larnach joins us today. Nacho Leber in studio as well. It's 9 to noon after the Power Trip on the Fan.
Final segment of the Power Trip Morning Show, commercial free from here on out, and it is. Don't forget the Power Hour. So if you wonder just how handsome we are without these beards, or you just want to take a gander at Mark Rosen, just jump on any of the social media channels and check out the Power Trip Morning Show Power Hour live, and you can watch us do radio. Radio Roser.
Yeah, that's it.
Radio Roser.
Radio Roser.
Man.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, no kidding. No. What's going on in your life, Roser? Anything good?
Yeah. Actually, yes. Lot of good things happening.
Good.
Planning a wedding.
Cut open a vein and tell us one of them.
Whoa. Planning a wedding is not fun. All right.
Nightmare.
The fact that you're having a wedding, great stuff.
Quiet.
Yeah. Very excited for you. Nobody likes to plan the wedding, especially the dudes.
That's why Sauce eloped.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Yeah, I was there. I know.
Yeah. Sign the paperwork and go home.
Yeah.
7 minutes, man.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We were at the brewery before we knew it.
Yeah,
no kidding.
with the Pied Piper, John Creasel leading the way.
John Creasel,
he
think
knew
about
every bar in that little area.
How about that?
We'll go over there. Oh, it's closed.
No, it's
We'll go
closed.
over here. It's a great spot.
It was a great spot.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. The food was great.
I promised an update on these two things, so here you go. No injuries are being reported after gunshots were reported at Southdale Center yesterday. Edina police say the shots were reported yesterday evening. Police locked down the building but found no active shooter. The incident remains under investigation.
Good.
That's number one. Number two, a suspect is in custody after a hostage situation in Blaine. The shoplifting suspect was stopped at a Blaine Walmart on Tuesday but pulled a gun on the employee and left the store. He got into a standoff with police yesterday evening after officers trapped him in the 600 block of East River Road in Anoka. The suspect's girlfriend was in the car with him and became a hostage.
Oh, boy.
He was taken into custody after some negotiation and some good work. No injuries reported. The incident remains under investigation. So there you go. I know those were the big news stories last night. That is the latest update on those things.
All right.
Cities. All right. So there you go.
Cool.
Now it's time for headlines.
Wow, dude.
A man in Pennsylvania stole a school bus, apparently for the purpose of transporting a dead deer, but he was also nude when the cops arrested him.
Yeah, that sounds like
poor deer, man.
What's the big deal?
Yeah.
What was he doing to
What's
that
the
deer?
big deer?
Yeah.
I bet Hockey went to high school with him.
It could be. Yeah, no, I mean,
a man robbed a bank, but he forgot to bring the mask to cover up his nose and mouth. So,
so what do you do?
The world's worst criminals.
Son, you got a panty on your face.
and again, think about Keanu Reeves at the end of Point Break, man. He doesn't have a
You
mask.
can't let that go.
And Bodie makes him come in anyway.
Yeah.
They're going to see his face. They only have 4 masks.
That's it.
And he's like, you're
They
doing
ran
this.
out.
You don't have a choice. If you want to save her, you got to come with us and do this bit.
Yeah,
Is
gotta
that the film where he says, well, what about Rosie?
Yeah.
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 Thank
I
you.
haven't seen it.
Appreciate it.
Again, it won 17 Academy Awards.
Man,
At least.
More than Titanic?
By almost double.
Yeah.
Wow.
But had a better ending.
It's twice as good.
Yeah, Rosie didn't pee his pants laughing at the ending of Point Break.
You guys mentioned the movie earlier, Snakes on a Plane?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't wrap my head around the fear that these pilots probably faced.
My God.
There was an actual cobra
Oh, no.
in the cockpit of a plane in South Africa, and it was so scary for those two individuals that they had to force an emergency landing. How do you fly a plane if there's a cobra just slithering around?
You don't.
But I'm
I don't
saying
know.
Even
How do
temporarily,
you-
even if it
Yeah,
takes
yeah, for 10 seconds.
even if it's 10 minutes to get the plane turned around and
Right.
landed,
Right.
there's a freaking cobra by your feet. Not a garter snake or something, a cobra.
Was there any explanation?
No idea.
I have the audio from the
My gosh.
talk with the air traffic controller from the pilot.
Oh, my.
You can hear the fear, too.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these monkey fighting snakes on this Monday to Friday plane.
Movie.
Yeah. I'm guessing it was probably a fantasy football bet that they lost.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, man.
Play Rosie the Big Lebowski bit.
Oh, yeah, listen to this.
You see what happens, Larry? You see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps?
He had it so bad.
When you find a stranger in the Alps.
Yeah.
That's not what he
It's a
said.
different soundbite than I remember.
Well, Rosie, what do you remember? What does he say?
I can't say that because I like my job.
See?
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
That wasn't
What does
it
he
either.
say?
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Seriously. Great scenes.
Poor Matt Ryan.
Oh.
Thanks for laughing, Mac. It's over for me.
Did you call him Mac?
Max, I don't know what I call them.
Italy has introduced a law that would ban governments and corporations from using English or they would face fines.
Really?
Wait, what?
Italy's basically saying,
Speak our
Only speak
language.
Italian.
speak Italian or we're going to start fining you.
Huh.
That seems wrong, but whatever. Not our country. What do I care? Do what they want.
Yeah, they can do what they want.
Yeah, man.
Today's National Pajama Day. Rosie, thanks for participating.
Yeah,
No problem.
I like your nightie.
I like jammies.
Well, the problem
Yeah,
is
your
Rosie
onesie's
snood.
Yeah, Rosie. Wow.
It's not summertime yet.
The Twinkie turns 93 years old
The
today.
Twinkie.
He looks good for his age.
The indestructible Twinkie.
I see, and I'm going to tell you this. I stand by
Careful,
this.
Hockey.
No, I stand
No.
by it. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. They don't taste the same.
Seriously, I haven't.
When I
I
was
don't
a
know
kid,
the last time I had a Twinkie.
when I
don't
was a
either.
kid, they were delicious. I'm telling you, they're kind of plastic tasting now.
I would alternate between Twinkies and Hostess cupcakes.
Button bar.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and say it and get ready for the button bar.
Okay.
I always loved ding dongs. You know what I'm talking about? The little chocolate
Hostess
things.
cupcakes.
Oh, they were
yeah.
so good, man.
Rosie, did,
Hostess cupcakes.
Rosie, did you ever mess around with ho-hos?
All the time.
And I just need that isolated because I'll use that a million times.
That's going to get you in trouble, Rosie.
Oh, well, of course it is. I didn't like it as much as Hostess cupcakes.
What was your favorite part of the cupcake to lick?
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, that might be even too hard.
That-
for me to use
no,
that one.
because-
that might get me fired.
No, but it's a legitimate answer, but not on this show.
Right.
Well, what show then? What show are you going to go on and talk about?
Yeah,
then?
right.
Common doesn't mind because I can.
He's an adult.
No, he's not.
Technically, all of us are too.
Yeah, technically you are.
In terms of, we're all over 18. Let's talk about two different lottery winners, shall we?
Yeah, I love this.
Sure.
A woman in South Carolina bought herself a lottery ticket for her birthday. Lonely, maybe?
Oh,
Come on.
that's mean as
Bought
hell.
herself a lottery ticket for her birthday and won $200,000.
Yeah, take that.
Good for her birthday.
So now she's buying a house.
Really?
She can buy some friends too.
Probably
Yeah.
live in it alone, but still, she's
Oh,
she's
wow.
gonna buy
What
herself
the
a
hell
house.
is going on?
What's your problem?
Nobody
How do you
else
know what-
bought her a lottery ticket.
Yeah. We all buy
How about
ourselves
this one,
tickets.
though? How about this one? Sauce, you love meat raffles.
Yeah, duh.
But do you guys ever
Mugs.
participate in those
Yeah, tonight.
50-50 raffles at sporting events?
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
ever do those?
Yeah.
When I'm allowed to.
What?
Oh, because if you're working, you can't
Right.
do it. Yeah, got it. Okay, got it.
A couple in Wisconsin won over $18,000 on a 50-50 raffle at a Brewers game last year. And they used it because they were trying to afford fertility treatments, so they did, and they just had the baby.
Oh, my
Oh, that's so cute.
You got a mean comment about that?
No, I don't need to get into this, but for the 90th time, but I'm going to try.
I'll get into
Look,
it.
how many times do we talk about the butterfly effect, right? There's an infinite number of things that you can't even comprehend that had to happen exactly the way they do or you don't exist. The big ones are more trackable and go, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't exist. What about this? If that kid does not exist for a million, billion, zillion
Right.
reasons, but the most tangible one is if my parents don't win a 50-50 raffle
How about that?
at a Brewers game, I don't exist.
Good point.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Good story.
Do you try to
That's,
name your kid after that event?
Yeah.
Well, my guess is they're going to name their kid over what probably got them together in the first place, which is the Liney's tour, right? Like, or maybe
That's
Pomida.
a cute name for a girl. Lina.
Yeah.
It's a remarkable story.
Actually, no, their son Foster was born in February. Again,
Foster's,
it was
is
not
a beer?
named.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
we'll
still
drink
a
it
beer?
because they like Australian beer.
Is that
maybe.
still a beer?
Yeah, Foster's is
I don't
Australian
know.
for beer.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't.
Speaking
I
of
love
bad
their
names,
commercials. Yeah.
Speaking of bad names, I just, oh man, this one just.
Well, you give love a bad name. I don't know if that works or not.
Oh, that's true. So there's a couple on Reddit that went viral apparently on Reddit.
yeah.
What do
I
I
can tell
know?
you
I've
about
never
that.
been on Reddit for more than 6 seconds.
Dark place.
Let me tell
That's
you.
what I've heard.
Yeah.
It's good for porn.
Okay, your mic's on.
Who said
Bright
that?
place.
You
Who dares say that?
Rosie, why did you yell that? Get off Reddit.
I've never been on it.
Their last name.
Oh, no. That's a button.
That's pretty good.
Why do I keep doing this?
I don't know why you do anything.
I'm showing up for this show.
So this couple that was having a baby, their last name is Manson.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
They didn't.
The mother just had a brother pass away whose name was Charles.
Mm-hmm.
So she wanted to name her kid in tribute to him and name him Charles. But again, the guy's name is Manson, so the kid's name would have been Charles Manson.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to argue, and this is what I believe the guy posted on Reddit. She was trying to argue that it was so long ago because the murders happened 54 years ago that most people wouldn't make that connection. The husband was
That's
saying
funny.
the 100% opposite, going, everybody's going to make
Everyone
the
would.
connection if we name our kid Charles Manson. So they ended up not. The backlash on Reddit convinced her not to do it, so they named it Kian Summit Manson. But she wanted to name it
Charles.
Charles
I think
Manson.
Charles is better than what they picked.
And Kian?
Kian?
C-I-A-N. Pronounced Kian.
Kian Summit.
Kian. Yep,
Yeah,
and apparently he liked to go
I would have gone with Chuck.
camping in Summit Lake,
Manson.
Indiana.
Yes, he can.
No, you got to avoid that one.
Or how about
kid.
how about her in tribute the middle name? Right? That would have been a better
Could do
better
that.
deal.
But even Benjamin Charles Manson still is Charles Manson. You know what I'm saying? I still think you can't do that.
No.
I agree, yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm saying. So this was in tribute to her brother.
Charles, yep.
No, his middle name.
Oh, whatever. I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Whatever his middle name
yeah.
was. That's fair. So again, they named it. The middle name is Summit after a place that
Unless
he
his
liked to
middle
go
name is
camping.
his middle name's Kian, then I guess
trouble.
they hit it.
Yeah.
How common is a name is Manson?
I don't know. Probably not very.
Yeah, it's weird because I've never heard that name before, other than associated with anyone other than Charles Manson.
A Brooklyn drug dealer pleaded guilty to supplying the fentanyl-laced heroin that killed Michael K. Williams.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
So, he gone.
Yep.
Joker 2 officially wrapped up. Maybe you've seen the pictures of Lady Gaga
I
as
have.
Harley Quinn.
Yep.
It just kind of looks like her when her makeup's kind of like getting washed off. I mean, I don't know.
That's exactly what it looks like.
It looks like Lady Gaga with just a little bit of makeup. So I don't know if that excites people or not, but I don't know. First one was fine.
October 4th, 2024.
Really?
Is its release
Wait that
date.
long?
Yep.
My goodness. That takes a long time to get a film finished, huh?
Yep.
I caught about 15 minutes of The Batman last night on HBO. I jumped in halfway. There was just nothing on. I'm like, whatever, this will be my background work or background noise while I'm working. But every time I looked up, I forgot that movie is basically in the dark the entire time.
Yeah.
It's hard to see most of what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a very dark, rainy, hard to watch film. And again, I know I liked it way less than all of you guys did. I was not a huge fan of that movie.
I wasn't either.
But the 15 minutes I caught did nothing for me. And I was in the middle of the movie, but I'm like, man, this is probably why I didn't like this. There's just nothing happening. So
it was
I
all right.
couldn't stick with it. But again, I'm so excited to see what that Barry Keoghan does with the Joker. I'm definitely going to go see the
next
sequel.
one.
Go see it.
But I was pretty disappointed in the first one. But whatever. I was in the minority. That's fine. Hawk, we talk all the time about mailbox money when it comes to music.
Yeah, man.
And the price you have to pay sometimes to get an artist to let you record their song or sample their song.
Yeah.
I didn't know this part of this story, but back in 1997 when Diddy sampled Every Breath You Take by The Police for I'll Be Missing You, song about B.I.G., he never got permission to do that. Didn't know that. So eventually he had to settle up with Sting. Guess how much a day he has to pay Sting? And has since 1997.
A day?
Based on that question, probably a lot more.
$5,000 a day.
Whoa.
No.
Is it true that Diddy has to pay you $2,000 a day because he didn't ask permission to sample Every Breath You Take?
Yeah.
Wow.
For the rest of his life.
Wow. But did he ask you for permission?
Yes, he did.
After the fact.
Yes, he did. It was after. We're very good friends, though.
Yeah, I'd be best friends with somebody who gave me $5,000 a day.
Yeah.
He claims it's $5K a day now. He says, Sting says, nope, $5K a day, love to my brother. And again, in the interview, he said, we're very good friends now. That was the voice you just heard.
All the time.
I'm not sure I'd be really good friends with somebody that made me pay them $5,000 a day.
Yeah,
Right?
that must tell you how many copies of that record he sold, though.
That was a huge song.
Right.
It was right after Biggie died, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you guys talk about the controversy with Biggie?
No.
I don't know it.
That his big song, I think maybe it was Juicy or whatever, that or
You like the juice.
he actually ripped it from a Mississippi rapper. A Mississippi rapper came out the year before. You guys could probably just YouTube this. A Mississippi rapper the year before released a song that sounds identical to what Biggie pushed out the following year. And then that guy never got credit for. And Biggie, I think obviously he's dead, but
And Biggie had to pay that guy $5,000 a day until the day he died. So I think he paid him $15,000.
I think they claimed.
I think they just claimed that they used the same sample, like around this. It was like a similar beat.
But are you saying the lyrics are similar, Ben, or the song?
The songs. The lyrics are not the same.
Okay, but the music is almost identical.
Yeah.
This happens like quite frequently in hip hop specifically, where someone always says, "Hey, I came up with this first," and then it just never really turns out to be the case, or it could just be a crazy coincidence. But I mean, especially back then, how would Biggie have even heard?
Yeah,
a song from a random guy in Mississippi.
Yeah. I wonder how much that is. That's a great point, Max, because I wonder how much that has changed in the last handful of years. Where
I'm sure it's changed a lot now.
A lot.
Because if you say, well, how would I have ever heard that? All you have to say is the
YouTube.
internet, YouTube, social media.
Yeah.
And how do you prove that you didn't? Right? How do you prove that you didn't?
Yeah, and also just like I'm reading it right now, the guy said we had the name first. You sampled a song called Juicy Fruit. And the name is Juicy.
Yeah, right. There's a lot of other coincidences.
You're not Thomas Edison. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But Biggie wails.
Oh, yeah.
He wails.
Biggie does wail.
Yeah.
All right, that's basically it.
That's what
enough.
you got? Cool. I got some other stuff for you if you're interested.
Well, I got to run, guys. I feel like this is a natural break where I'm going to head out.
Well, you know what I always say.
Peace out, homies.
Mr. Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon.
See you Monday, Ben? See you Monday.
Yeah, I'll see you guys Monday. I'm around. Have a great weekend. I know it's a holiday weekend, not for you, Corey, but for everybody else.
Oh, I like candy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you enjoy your Cadbury's.
Sure.
Everybody else, have a good Easter.
Bye,
Thank
Ben.
brother.
Love you.
Love you, man. Peace out. There he goes. Ben Leber.
Happy Passover.
Yeah, I like chocolate.
Chocolate.
I've never been on it.
That's what's great about being an atheist is you can still celebrate all the holidays and get all the benefits without having to celebrate.
Sure.
I love Christmas.
I'm just saying.
First you've heard.
What? I'm not listening.
I'm not Irish. Love celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Who cares?
Isn't everyone?
You reap the benefits of everybody else's traditions and holidays.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I loved Easter as a kid.
This is a 3-year-old girl who's making waves on the TikTok machine because she's only 3 and she is now a metal singer. Listen to this.
Everybody, I'm gonna sing right now for one time. Let it go.
Oh my God.
I like me blow him. He's a funny dummy.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
That was the trailer for Russell Crowe's The Pope's Exorcist.
I was going to say, that's
thank you.
Linda Blair reincarnated.
No, thank you.
Sauce. 100% be honest. And I'm not asking you for a joke. I want you to be honest. Let's say you had a 2-hour car ride.
Yeah.
That gal for 2 hours or Drake?
Come on.
Drake.
Is it close? What if it was a 5-minute car ride?
Oh, man. Well, then I would just listen to Hotline Bling because that song's not bad. But
what if it was
a
15-minute car ride and you could hear 5 of her songs or 5 of Drake's songs?
Man, I don't like to be scared. So it's going to be Drake. That scares me. If you, were walking through the neighborhood and you just heard that happening, you'd run. That's terrifying.
I'd sign that kid to a contract.
Yeah.
Man.
That's fresh talent.
Yeah, she rocks. The Super Mario Brothers movie is on track for a massive debut, as we were talking about. The film is projected to make between $100 and $125 million.
Yeah, I'm going to see it today. The kiddo is extremely excited.
And that's all that matters.
I have a very low bar for kids' movies. So it's always fun if you set the bar extremely low and then get pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, right.
You can't be let down, Mark, if you don't expect the world. And I think Mr. Z's analysis of this over the last couple of months is dead on. It just looks like Trolls with the colors without the songs. It's
You
super
guys
bright,
were
super
probably
colorful.
kids yourself when I took my kids to see some of those movies. I will never forget having to go with my daughter, going to see a Pokemon movie, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
Yuck.
What? It was the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And she was like loving every second of it, going, oh my God, can I just hang out at the concession stand and go play video games?
Yeah, you got to put up with bad movies when you're a parent.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, and I did. I saw plenty of them.
Hawk and I talked about it last year when I took the kiddo to see Jurassic Park, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Jurassic World, was it Dominion? What was the one that came out last year?
Yeah.
I mean, but this is one of the first big kid movies she's got to go to, right? So the fact that people are dying on the screen and there's dinosaurs in, she thought it was awesome. About an hour and I go, this is the worst goddamn movie I've ever seen in my life.
My daughter's still haunted by the fact I took her to see Mars Attacks when she was probably 5.
Yeah.
And when the alien turned into a skeleton, she went bolting out of the theater. Literally, I did. Well, actually, I gave her.
Did she find her way home?
Well, I actually gave her like $10 to play video games while in the lobby. Well, I was the worst parent that day.
No, it's fine.
No, it's fine. My uncle took me to Major League when I was 5.
Yeah. Took her to Lethal Weapon 4, too.
Yeah, my uncle took me to all those. Yeah, he didn't care.
No.
Speaking of movies, by the way, most moviegoers will head to the theaters even if the film they want to see is going to be available on streaming. That's according to a new report from United Talent Agency. It found that 2/3 of Americans say the length of time from a film's release in theaters to when it hits streaming has little or no impact on their decision to see the movie on the big screen. This comes as 3 of Netflix's top viewed film releases of last year had theatrical windows at first.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I hope more and more people get back to the theater. I mean, we've been talking about movies, and I, like everyone else, I've looked at the preview for the Barbie movie, which looks hilarious. I hope that is as good as advertised. It's great cast, and people are all excited about it. When's it coming out? June or something? July? I don't know.
July, I think.
This summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's important. I mean, a lot of these movies are just meant to see on the big screen, and if you can get there and support them, I'm all in favor.
Or how about it's just for your mental health? Because
that too.
Like, for example, let's say the Mario movie was streamable today,
right?
And Angie and Harper and I just sat on the couch and watched it. That would feel lazy and unproductive.
Correct.
There's something, even though it's the same goddamn act.
Yep.
There's something. Let's get in the car. We're going to drive 6 minutes, pay $60 for the 3 of us to see this.
Yes.
And then we'll sit there and we'll if somebody says, what'd you do today? Instead of just going, I sat on the couch all day and watched Mario. We'll go like, oh, we went to the Mario Brothers movie. Yep. And make it feel like it was a big event when it's the same thing.
Well, it is, but you can't pause it. You can't. I mean, that's the beauty of it. It's dark, and you have your. It's a different experience.
Yeah,
It's always been that
and
way.
seeing it with people too, hearing like the crowd react to
we all
different
went and
things.
saw Batman. That was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, I could tell instantly by Corey's body language he hated it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I didn't
it was
hate it
still
initially.
fun.
It took me like 45 minutes to realize I don't know if I like this movie.
Yeah. But yeah.
And it was like
it's
2.5
fun.
hours long.
And it's good to see studios finally realizing, it seems like this year, that they can release movies that aren't just big giant blockbusters and people still want to go to the theater and see it. Like movies like 80 for Brady, Cocaine Bear, A Man Called Otto. People still want to see those middle of the pack movies. And they just want to go to the movie theater.
So at least at West End now, it's still different because you have to basically, whatever you want to get to eat or drink, you order from the kiosk.
Yeah.
And I miss the days of just having the conversation with the kid behind the counter and ordering the popcorn or whatever you are and looking at all the movie candy. It just seems a little more impersonal, but it's all about, the labor force, I'm sure.
I don't want to name the place, but there's a fast food restaurant where the kiddo and I were at the other day, and they have kiosks, and there was no one in line. So we walked up, and here's 6 workers staring at us, waiting for our order to be placed in a kiosk. And I'm going, this would be so much faster if I could just say, can we get this, and this?
Right.
But you're going to have to just stare at me, fumble through this little iPad screen. Now, again, if there's 90 people in line, it makes a ton of sense. But when there's nobody in line,
just take my order.
They're watching you
hit
buttons.
I know. It's crazy.
A couple of birthdays today. You didn't mention there, Corey Cove. Candace Cameron, birthday today.
Yeah.
From Full House.
Oh, yeah.
She's very, very pretty as a
She's married to a
adult as well,
hockey
yeah.
player, right?
Really?
Pavel Bure, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kidding.
She's 47 today. Zach Braff, we talked about. I just saw his new movie last weekend that he wrote and directed. But from Scrubs, of course, which is one of the, in my opinion, most underrated
Funny guy.
shows on television. Just a great show. How old do you think Zach Braff is?
Late 40s, probably.
50.
No, you're right. Late 40s, 48.
48.
Man, and that Garden State movie, if you've never seen that, really good film.
Oh, you promise me you won't get mad at me.
Sure.
That movie is awful. It's a 0 out of 10.
Garden State?
Awful. It's one of the worst films
He
ever.
must have saw it with somebody he doesn't like anymore.
No.
Why don't
It's
you
just
like it?
it's just not good.
But why?
Everybody, I've seen it one time. Everybody loves that film. It's sad. It's depressing. It's just a bad
Doesn't make
movie.
it a bad movie if it's
Yes,
sad
it does.
and depressing.
And it's my opinion. I think it's a bad film. But it's one of those films that
86% on
right,
Rotten Tomatoes.
everybody loves except for me. I'm like the only one who doesn't like that film.
And dude, that's fine.
It's like the Everywhere, Everything All at Once.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't get that
Right.
movie.
The cool thing about Garden State, number one, best soundtrack, top 5 soundtracks of all time to any film.
Who's the main band in that?
Well, there's a few of them. It's the guy from Men at Work. Coldplay's got a song on there. It's a great soundtrack. Anyway, but that's okay. He's 48. Paul Rudd, birthday today.
55.
Really? You think that old?
52.
Yeah, I was going to say that wrote that.
54.
Oh.
Yeah, he's 54.
It looks like he's 34.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Goes all the way back to Friends as Phoebe's husband, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, Clueless before that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right. And of course, the main man, Brian Fantana in Anchorman.
Oh, God, Anchorman is such a good
So
movie.
good, man.
So wonderful.
The first time I saw it was in a theater, and that's like we were just talking about. Everyone laughed.
Yeah.
Champ-kind.
All of
Yeah.
it, from beginning to end.
Seeing
Everyone
that,
laughed.
seeing that for the first time was a true pleasure, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Well said.
Oh,
Yes.
It was so much fun.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it hit home in a lot of
The
ways.
very beginning is
I
so
bet
good.
it did, man.
It
I
really
bet it
did.
Do you guys remember? I know Chris and I have seen. We laughed our ass off at the Aristocrats with 2 other people in the studio. We've told that, or the theater, I should say. We've told that story 1,000 times. But can you guys think of a movie? Because I can think of one off the top of my head where the theater was packed and you were the only ones laughing. Packed and no one else was laughing but you.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I can think of one that it was like an 80% filled theater. And like 4 of us were laughing our ass
Can
off,
I
and
guess?
nobody else seemed to care.
Yeah.
Was it Apocalypse Now?
Was it MacGruber?
Saving Private Ryan?
No, everyone was laughing at MacGruber.
Yeah.
There just
Oh,
wasn't
my
many
God.
people in the theater, but everyone was laughing their ass off to that movie.
Oh.
Rosie has to have a million.
Borat?
No, same thing. Everybody was crying to Borat.
Oh.
Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it in the theater, and it was
Same.
dead quiet except
Same.
for about 4 of us.
Same.
God, what a
Same.
film.
So good.
We had the same experience. We saw it over at the Plymouth Theater over off 55. The exact same thing. 3 of us, granted, we were high.
Of course,
But
I was sober, but still.
But
Same
we
thing.
were all laughing, and the whole crowd's like, this isn't funny. It's
Yeah.
like, no, yes, it is. It's genius. God, Max, have
A
you
few
seen Royal
lo-
Tenenbaums?
No, I still haven't seen
dude,
it.
That's good.
Dude.
So good. The
Oh.
opposite, and I know I've said this before in the past too, but the opposite for me was I saw Groundhog Day when I was too young to appreciate it. So I don't think I laughed at all when I saw it in the theater. Now it's one of my all-time favorite comedies. But I think I was 13 when it came out, and I'm like, I don't get this bit. What's so funny about this movie? So I was the one not laughing when everybody else in the theater was laughing.
Didn't you say the same thing about, is it The Happening, that like halfway through everybody realized how horrible it was and everybody was laughing at
Everybody laughed at parts
At
they
it?
shouldn't
Yeah.
have been laughing at, and then at the end when it faded to black and it said, directed and written by M. Night Shyamalan, he got a standing ovation, and it was the most sarcastic
Yeah.
clapping I've ever seen in my life. But everybody had fun. It was almost like my guess is watching The Room when you don't know The Room is a bit. We all watched The Happening thinking it was going to be maybe good, and then had the greatest time ever hating it together.
That's a fun experience.
And that's, to Max's point, that's if I'm watching The Happening by myself in my basement, which might happen tonight, who knows?
Yeah, it will.
I would have said to myself, that was the least possible amount of fun you can have in 2 hours. So as much as I hated it in the theater, I did laugh with the crowd, clap with the crowd. We all were
Made out with
high-fiving
the
and
crowd.
smiling, walking out going, that was the worst movie I've ever seen, but God dang it, that was fun.
You're right.
Hating it together.
When I saw Fargo at the Uptown Theater,
Oh,
I remember I was laughing at the accents and the girls and the whole thing. And there's some people around us were going, like looking at me and they, why is it funny? And I remember people were walking out, they're going, well, we don't talk like that. I went, yes. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's
yes,
the only
you
problem
do.
I had with that film. I love that movie, but that part I couldn't stand.
Hey,
that.
speaking- I don't
because
know
I
if
take so much weird offense to that. I don't think we sound like that.
A lot of people talk like that.
Sure, but I don't know. The
Betcha,
movie was
you mean?
great. Yeah,
Oh, my-
yeah.
Hey, did I don't know if we
yes.
addressed this on the show yet or not. Again, Hawk, this is how bad my memory is. A couple weeks ago, was it Kelly or you that were tweeting out bad things about Princess Bride, or both of you maybe?
Kelly.
Okay, so
I've never seen it.
Oh, so she watched it by herself?
I don't know if she was watching it by herself, but every time I bring it up, we should watch that, she says no.
That is one of the most overrated movies ever.
Yes, she was tweeting about it.
When she tweeted that it was overrated, I thought that meant that maybe the two of you watched it together.
I've never seen the whole film.
Wow. Well, that's not going to help you watch it if she doesn't like it.
Because we've talked about it. I'm like, babe, we should watch that. And she's like, absolutely not.
No kidding.
So good.
Absolutely not.
Weird. Hey, Rosen, let me take a direct left turn. But
Okay.
I saw on Twitter the other day, how long have you and Don Shelby been watching the National Basketball Championship game together?
Since Bird of Magic, when he first started. Well, yeah, Shelby came here and with Pat Miles around the same time, and we obviously that was the game. Now, look, as Common pointed out, many of those years we were working together.
Sure.
So I understand
God,
that.
he likes ripping you.
Oh, he just doesn't every single little thing.
But it's cool you guys still get together and do
Can
it.
you guys just be my witnesses? Because there is going to be a time where I'm going to throw him through the window.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it'll be, I can plead insanity, temporary insanity, but I can also plead that he, anyway.
Better get a good lawyer.
Yeah, but I got a good lawyer.
Couple of them.
Couple of them.
Don't look at me.
Normally at the same time.
Yeah, but yes, we've continued the tradition after Don retired many years ago, and obviously now, and then we still get together and watch the championship game. He came over to my place the other night and made his famous Cincinnati chili, which was phenomenal.
He looks great.
He looks really
Is
good.
He
He's had some.
because he looks like he's doing really well.
He's doing really well. He had to teach himself how to talk all over again.
Right. Yeah.
He's had two strokes in the last I don't know how many years, and he's doing really well. He performed at the Chanhassen Theater with Nancy Nelson doing love letters.
Wow.
And he was mad at me for not going, but I couldn't make it. But yeah, he's got a million stories, and we tell them all. I mean, it's and then they stopped over. Amelia stopped over, and the crew did. So yeah, it's always a great experience. I mean, he's a dear friend, my big brother forever for life, and it was great to see him. We work with people a lot of times. You'd work with them, and then you got to kind of go your separate ways, and you never see each other again.
Hi, meet.
And that was mean. But Shelb's a Shelb's, man. Yeah, he's diagramming plays during the game and everything. But yeah, it was great to see him.
That's cute that you guys have stayed that close for that long.
Yeah.
But I think the best way to sum up most of us on the Power Trip Morning Show.
I don't want to see you again for the rest of my whole life.
I got that.
Yeah. I remember we loved each other.
Yeah, we did once.
I love you, Rosie.
I love you too.
Rosie, we'll see you on Tuesday, right?
Oh, God, today's Thursday. Yeah, have a great weekend. Whatever your plans are, holiday-wise and whatnot. But the weather's going to be spectacular this weekend.
And next week, yeah.
It's about bleeping time.
Tomorrow, initials at 8:15. Do-Young Park takes on AJ, and I know I'm kind of dismissing
Why are you
Hawk
doing
and
that?
Parrish,
I'm
but
good at the game.
what if one of you two wins? But Do-Young Park and AJ square off tomorrow, and $35,000 on the line. One of you will have a crack at the initials jackpot, thanks to our friends at St. Paul Federal Credit Union. That's tomorrow, 5:39, with initials at 8:15. 9 to noon is next. See you tomorrow.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
KFAN Total Traffic.
From the Quick Trip